I love the Olympics. I live for the Summer Olympics. But the controversy is because every time I post about it, because I love it, I'm having fun with it. The kids like it, you know, it's just entertaining. But the controversy is everyone's talking about the opening ceremonies.
Oh, yeah.
And all of that. I just want to say for everyone who's come at it, because I've had a lot of Christians that have come at me, like, I can't believe you're supporting the Olympics and blah, blah, blah. Like, can we just have it be about the athletes?
All right, we're back for another episode of Raising Heights with Zach and Tori. I'm Zach.
I'm Tori. Welcome.
Welcome.
How's it going?
Good. It's a great day.
Great day.
Yeah, having a great day.
Good
Summertime.
things, good things.
We're about midsummer. We're a little past midsummer.
No, we only have like 4 weeks left.
We're actually way past midsummer.
But we actually just learned that Jay and Lila don't start school until September.
Yeah.
We thought last year they went back in August.
Yeah. So that's kind of nice.
So that's kind of cool.
Gives us another
Except
week.
for like, there's some days where I'm like, all right,
Time to go.
school can start now.
One thing about living in the country I've thought about more and more where we live is we don't have neighbors for kids, for like our kids to play with.
Yeah.
So in the summertime, everyone out there, like your kids play outside, play with neighbors, hopefully, or you go camping or whatever. Yeah, one thing about living in the country, we don't have that luxury. We have other luxuries for sure, but our kids don't have built-in playmates.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe that's a negative. I'm sure there's places where you're like, you don't want your kids playing with the neighborhood kids for whatever reason. Bad influences or just whatever it is. Or sometimes you live in a neighborhood where there's no other kids. So then you're in a neighborhood and you don't get the benefit of having kids to play with your kids. So that's one thing I've been thinking about.
Yeah. Because we just had friends over and they were telling us that they moved into this house and they weren't going to stay there very long.
Yeah.
But then their neighbors are like, they take trips with their neighbors.
Yeah. Every single neighbor has a group of kids. And so there's a whole clan of kids.
And they're like, we're staying because we love this situation so much.
So,
we kind of had that at our old house. We had our neighbors were just the best. Like, it could go one of two ways. Like, you could have amazing neighbors or you could have not so amazing neighbors. And
totally.
Our neighbors were amazing. But now that we've left, every single one of them is left now.
Yeah.
The last one that lived on that cul-de-sac is selling
every single one that we interacted with a lot. There's still like not every neighbor physically.
Or you're right. Everyone that
in the cul-de-sac, but everyone we interacted with.
But that was fun. It was fun after dinner to just like send. Our kids were still kind of young, so I had to go and hang out.
Yeah.
But it was great because I loved the neighbors. I could go and socialize with an adult, and it was great.
It was awesome. Anyway, Peak and Pit. What's your pit?
Pit. I think I broke my toe.
Wait, sorry. Can I? I haven't checked with you on this one. Should we do Peak and Pit actually at the end of the episode?
No, I like it at the beginning.
Okay. What's your pit?
I think I broke my toe.
Oh.
But
No,
it was one of those
heavily
situations. I was
bruised.
100% making fun of Zachary. I was making fun of you
were.
at the time. And then I kicked the leg of our couch.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, you guys, my toe hurts so bad. But like, what do they do for a broken toe? You just...
Ouch. No, it's heavily bruised. I think you
it's
heavily bruised it.
It's pretty bad though.
Yeah, because you
Pretty ugly. I went over to my friend's house last night. She kept staring at it, and finally I was like, "Let me just tell you, okay?"
That stinks. That's a pit. What's a peak?
Peak. My peak is going to lead us into today's conversation really well.
Should I do my pit and peak then?
It might be. Yeah, do yours first. What's your pit?
My pit is I try to fix our bathtub, and our bathtub. If any plumbers out there, hit us up. Okay, but
We have
actually,
plumber friends. Don't actually hit us up. We're good.
well, you can Instagram us and be part of the conversation. Feel a part of things. Our bathtub does not get hot. Like it doesn't.
Well, it does. It just has a child lock on it, so it can't get scalding. Which homegirl likes it to be scalding.
So yes. No, I don't think it's a child lock. I think it's the unit.
Okay.
Like all these units.
I think I was kind of like, it's got to have some, because the The showers, if you turn the showers all the way over, you will burn yourself. Like we have to tell our kids all the time, be really careful with the baths. You don't ever touch the faucets. But for some reason on the master bathtub, I cannot get it hot.
So there's settings on all these faucets that you can adjust. I haven't. So anyway, my pit, I'm trying to adjust this, but you can't. And for any plumbers out there, like our sink faucets, you can turn off the water at the source right there, replace the faucet. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The bathtub, you cannot. You have to turn off the water at the source at the house, like in the garage. Wait 35 minutes for the entire house to drain, then work on it, and it still drizzles out water. You know, the pressure's all gone. So anyway, I did that 3 or 4 times yesterday, trying to adjust this, for lack of a better word, a child lock thing. Yeah. But adjust this thing to make the water hotter, which I read on YouTube or watched on YouTube. Anyway, point is, it didn't work. I did it 3 times. Water's in the back, or water. We had just had a huge.
I had so much PTSD yesterday, Zachary.
Yes.
I didn't even tell you this.
Yeah, I had it too, Dory. Like,
it was. There was so, and the fact that I came home yesterday and you said that you and Jackson went underneath the house, I was like, thank you, Jesus. That's all I needed. I just needed somebody to like make sure there wasn't a leak somewhere.
We went under the house I wanted to make sure things were all good under there from our restoration, but also I wanted to look at how the bathtub plumbing was hooked up under the house. Because, yes, so there's no knob. I can't isolate the bathtub faucet like weird. You can with the sink under your kitchen sink. Yeah. So, anyway, I had to do this, drain the house, try to work on this, turn the water back on, see if it worked. That doesn't work. And this child lock thing, I turned it, which is, I thought YouTube said to turn it, but then it wouldn't let the knob turn the water off. So it made the water hotter, but then you couldn't turn it, like it stopped it before you had to get it. So it only lets you go from like 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. You need to go from 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock to make it hotter. But this plastic thing, anyway, that's a long story, but that was my pit.
I felt bad for you yesterday though, because you were I tried to stay out of it, because sometimes you and I, when we try to like fix things together, it's not always the best. And so I tried to stay out of it, but I felt bad because you kept going out to the garage, and then I'd hear all the sinks get turned on in the house again because he was trying to drain the system, which then gave me PTSD, because then I'm like, you
hear water flowing everywhere.
you hear it everywhere throughout the house, and I'm like, oh my gosh, let's hope and like the kids' bathroom just got redone, and I have full confidence in Zachary, but at the same time I was like, are the sinks overflowing in there, because they've been on a very long time,
which they weren't. So that's actually a pro. I've been doing all these different projects. We both have, I should say.
It's been you,
but we replaced Lila's light. You know, Tori and me are
which also, you guys, I get this LED thing. I get it. Like, they last forever. They don't. Because her light went out in her closet. Replacing those, come on. Can we bring back the bulbs? Yeah. Because replacing the entire fixture was the most stressful thing I've ever done.
Yeah, it's wiring. And
because you do a wire wrong, and all of a sudden you've got a fire in your house.
Well, and it's just a pain in the butt. It's but anyway, Tori and me are trying to do that. So that's
we're trying to stop calling people. We're trying to like do it ourselves.
That's my peak.
Because you tried when we were doing the light. You were like, I'm gonna call our friend's brother, and I was like, no, like we're gonna do it together.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't calling like a contractor. Like this,
but still, we're like, stop calling people. Just do it ourselves. Yeah. When we like mess it up, then call someone.
It's so awesome when it works out.
I know.
So that was the.
But even Lila's light didn't work out.
It worked.
But it's not like flush with the.
It's not.
There's like always something that you're like,
beggars can't be choosers.
Like,
and for all we know, half the other contracting jobs aren't done perfect, but they look great.
They look great. You know, so we're just like, sure.
That was so my pit. It didn't work, so I have to give it a break. I can't do that again for a minute, and I cut my hand up.
Oh yeah, the sink or the
faucet
bath thing.
Cut my hand up.
Guys, you hit 30 and just stuff happens. Okay, like the toe and the thumb in our 20s would have been like whatever, but in your 30s, then you think about it all day and night.
It's just irritating.
Irritating.
But then the pro or the peak is we did do some other things, and when it works out, it's awesome.
You feel good.
Yeah, when things work out. Oh, and I fertilized. We got rain, and I fertilized our grass. So our grass.
Did? I thought you didn't.
I know, but then Steven said
what?
He's like, yeah, fertilize it. So I said,
Oh, after?
yeah.
Oh,
When we
all
were
right.
when
Thanks,
he was at
Steven.
our house, yeah. So anyway, I did that yesterday. So I know in like 2 weeks our grass is gonna be looking
I hope so.
fresh.
That grass is kind of frustrating.
It's not coming in as vibrant as we thought.
I know.
For whatever reason.
At all.
It is, but it's just
Not. I pictured something vastly different.
it's going to be. It's going to be.
so.
If you're out there,
There's a lot of crabgrass. There's a lot of clover.
yeah. So it's gonna take a year to get all that stuff out, but next year it's gonna be dialed.
I hope so. Either way, I'm just glad that everything is even out there and we have a backyard.
It didn't come in like that's the thing with sod and seed. Seed, you also allow other things to grow as the new grass is growing. Sod, for example, it's a fresh look right off the bat, and it doesn't allow weeds to then develop at the same time. So, but by next year, it's gonna look fresh.
Okay, so
yeah, what was your peak then?
well, let's just talk about some controversy because we just really love to do that on our podcast. But because I'm sure this will be controversial, but my peak is the Olympics.
The peak. That's not fun.
Okay. That the part is not. I love the Olympics. I live for the Summer Olympics, and that's my peak lately is just staying up late watching all the sports. And my dad, sorry dad if you're listening to this, but my dad has the Peacock app or whatever, and we're using his account, so we get to like watch all of the Olympics whenever we want. I can like turn it on at 8:00 at night and do whatever. But I've loved watching the Olympics. It's been fun. But the controversy is because every time I post about it, because I love it, I'm having fun with it. The kids like it, it's just entertaining. But the controversy is everyone's talking about the opening ceremonies.
Oh yeah.
And all of that. And okay,
you're gonna make me get all.
I know we don't need to talk about it. I just want to say for everyone who's come at it, because I've had a lot of Christians that have come at me like, I can't believe you're supporting the Olympics and blah blah blah. It's like, can we just have it be about the athletes? Because these athletes, I love all these memes that you've been sharing with me that are like, this person just did the most amazing trick I've ever seen in my life. And then you hear the commentator go, oh, and that's 1/10 of a deduction, like where you're like, this person just did something amazing and I see nothing wrong. So I just want to say, like, I love it for the athletes, like the stories and
No, it's super unfortunate that you like nothing these days.
Nothing
Movies
is sacred. It's just like, let it be about something fun.
It can't just be. It has to always be something.
And I was just watching the men's gymnastics yesterday, and it was Brody. I forget what his last name is, but just the story. I started sobbing on the couch, because they started talking about his backstory, and his mom got really sick, and their dream was always for him to go to the Olympics, and here he is competing at the Olympics. Anyway, I'm just sitting here like, gosh, why can't it be like that? This is fantastic. This guy, they just won the first medal. I hate stats because I'm so bad at them, but they something significant in gymnastics. I don't think we've ever medaled in gymnastics before. The men's team competition, there was something historical there. They just got the bronze, and it was like a really big deal, and it was just cool because it's like anyway. So that's been my peak. I love the Olympics, love watching it. I love these athletes and like getting invested in their stories, but then also showing our kids new sports like. We were watching table tennis the other day, and Jackson never seen that before, and that's just cool. He's like, "Oh, that's I can't wait for them to try that
to be here in LA." Like, and we're gonna fly down there.
I hope so.
And see like some obscure sport, that like you would never go to.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. I don't want to go to like the basketball or the soccer.
Oh yeah.
You can go to an NBA game. You can go to an MLS game. But going to like a table tennis competition.
Yeah, like when are you going to do that?
Yeah, like so I think that'd be way fun.
Or badminton. I'm like the badminton alone. I'm like, you guys are so precise. And so anyway, that's been my peak. I love it. I love the Olympics.
China for the first time is not going to get first and second in men's single table tennis.
Oh.
Since 2004 Athens. A Chinese person has gotten gold and silver, I believe, in the men's single table tennis. Some guy from Norway or something beat this guy. So now it's only possible. There's only one Chinese player that can medal now in first or second.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah, huge. What a domination of that sport, though, from that country.
That's another thing. Have you watched the women's? I haven't seen the men's, but I'm sure the men's is just as impressive. But the women's sand volleyball.
Oh, yeah.
I have a whole new appreciation because I tried to go for a run on sand this summer or this winter.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing I've ever done. And the fact that these women play, they are diving and they're like, that's so hard.
There's another funny meme. There's a funny meme of this guy, like fat guy sitting on the couch with pizza on his belly and holding a beer. And then, just an athlete messes up and pathetic. Like he's
like judging him so hard. Yeah.
Some beach volleyball. It's so hard to even walk on sand. You can't even walk on sand. Much less play. And then jump, elevate, hit a ball or whatever. And
it's so true.
Pathetic.
These athletes are absolutely insane. Anyway, that's my peak.
Love me some Olympics. Yeah, that's a good summer. That part of the summer has been fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I am also really excited for Winter Olympics in 2 years. Oh, okay, we're like off. How did we get off by 2 years?
COVID, probably.
Did we miss 2 years for COVID?
I don't know. I don't pay attention like that.
I don't either, but I was looking because it was 94. Anyway, the Olympics.
It was 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016,
20, 24. So it wasn't like anywhere in there. It was like.
What were we talking about?
Anyway, not important. That was a thought that came to my head is we missed 2 years somewhere because it used to be we're off. Like something happened for 2 years.
How did we miss 2 years? We just did the time zone and it's all right.
No. It's like way back. I think it was way back in like the 90s or the 80s maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm being really.
I was just saying. Okay, anyway.
Because it was 94. Anyway, okay. That's not anything to do with anything that we're talking about. It was just a thought that came to my head. And what were we talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know. Lost my train of thought.
94 was the World Cup.
94, I think, was also the Olympics. That's like that shirt that I got. That you're like, why do you have that shirt?
The World Cup was the same. I'm pretty sure the World Cup and the Olympics were at the same time. That's highly unlikely.
94 was in Barcelona.
The Olympics?
Well, now I have to look it up.
The Summer Olympics?
I know. See, I don't know. See? Okay, wait. See? 94 was the Winter Olympics.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. The Summer Olympics would not be at the same time as the World Cup. I'm pretty sure they intentionally, those are off.
Okay.
Because of that.
This is completely irrelevant to anything that we're talking about. It was just a thought that came to my head the other day. Anyway, I was gonna ask you.
I thought I was wrong.
Well, no, there's still. I'll have to go back and look at specifically what I was looking at because
I'm sure like World War II or something probably had an effect on that. Sure. So
well, didn't they delay the COVID games 1 year?
Yeah, I don't know, but now they're back on track basically. Whatever it is.
What was that?
I don't know.
Something just crashed outside. Okay, well, that kind of is like a good segue into what we're going to talk about today because we want to talk about all things summer and our favorite things to do during the summertime.
Yep. What's your favorite things to do during the summertime?
Well, when it's the Olympics, I love watching the
like
Olympics.
The Olympics.
That's a good one. I have come into this space in my life where I really don't like to travel during the summertime. Like, I kind of like being here. I like doing stuff here, and I know that's like a really privileged thing to say because our jobs are not super like traditional in the sense that we have a lot of flexibility, and so I prefer to travel when everyone else is hunkered down. Yep. So 100%. Summertime, I've kind of come into this space where I love exploring things around us, and this summer we bought. Are they kayaks?
Kayaks. They're not your traditional kayaks that are
like an open kayak.
Yeah, it's like an open kayak, so it's not a paddle board.
Right.
Paddle board.
Yeah, paddle board or
but
canoe.
It's not a kayak that like has walls.
Yeah. So we bought enough for our entire family to do that together, and that's
3,
been
3.
Well, we bought 2. We already had one.
Lila and Josiah are not on their own kayaks.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. But that's been my favorite thing to do this summer is just exploring lakes around us and just doing low key.
Yeah, we've done. If you're around this area, Lacamas.
Oh, don't give away our spots.
No, we're not.
Okay, but Lacamas though. Also, just a heads up, we did Lacamas and then immediately came home and there was a algae bloom.
So
we haven't gone back to Lacamas.
Lacamas, Battleground Lake, and then we've gone up to Merwin, and then Spilei Bay.
Spilei Bay is like, don't
So that one,
Don't crowd it.
Yeah,
it's a
we shouldn't be
perfect
talking
spot.
about that one. It's an awesome spot.
It's maybe by the time this comes out, though, summer's over. So.
Yeah. So.
But that's been that's been my favorite thing to do this summer is the boats.
And Jackson and fishing.
But the thing I love about it is Jackson can do the boats by himself, but then also fish.
Oh yeah, Jackson caught his first fish this summer. I need to be better. I'm not great. Jackson loves fishing, traditional dad-son fishing trip, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. He loves it. And we went out like 3 or 4 times, didn't catch anything at Battleground Lake. Where else did we go? Lacamas, whatever. Finally, Merwin, he is on his kayak. He catches his first fish of the summer, kayak fishing.
So good.
On his own boat. And that's chaotic. You have...
Oh, yeah.
It's a kayak, tippy, turny. You have fishing pole. Oops, your oars are floating down the river. Like, it's chaos.
There's so many things.
Yeah. So, but he did it. He caught his first fish off and reeled it in off. It was like a tiny little thing, but
who cares?
Yeah, not tiny, but like it was small, but still, it was awesome.
So fun.
So yeah, fishing has been fun, and fishing. So not just this summer. I think in the future. That's a fun thing. When 100%. Josiah gets a little older, Lila's into it. I think that'll be a fun. Fishing's a fun summer activity. Yeah. Cheap, and you can do it close to home. You don't have to travel to go do it. So, lakes, exploring around you is what you just said.
Right.
Fishing has been fun.
Mm-hmm. We haven't done a beach trip this year. There's some really good beaches around us.
I would say and beaches are still our thing.
Yeah.
But living here, it's tough.
It's a little bit harder. It's a little bit further. It was like a 45 to an hour drive before we moved, and now it's a solid hour and a half.
If you guys know we're like Vancouver, Battleground, blah, 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 everyone knows where we live.
I know.
But like you have to either drive all the way up to Kelso, cross over, go up to Astoria, right? And then drop down. Or go up to Long Beach, or now we have to drive all the way into Portland.
Yeah.
Out to Hillsborough, then to Seaside, Cannon Beach.
It's not as easy to get to the beach from here.
So we haven't done it as much. Yeah. But beaches, you're right, is another one.
Beach is a great one. Like we love. I can't give it away because it's such a good spot.
Oh, don't give that away.
Yeah. I'll just say it's south of Cannon Beach is one of our favorite beaches to go to. Yeah. You can only go at certain times of the day because of tide, but
it's a short beach.
Yeah, I love that area.
That's a good one. We love going to the beach. Fishing, exploring.
We do LPA every summer. That's kind of like, and I think honestly that's why traveling during the summer sometimes feels a little bit intimidating to me because LPA is a huge endeavor.
Yeah, financially, but also distance.
But also just energy.
Yeah, and energy.
I'm talking about energy and like how much effort and time that trip alone takes. So by the time that is over, I feel like I'm tapped out.
That's interesting. Yeah, that plays a part in maybe you not wanting to travel as much.
Yeah. But also I think I've turned into you.
Yes.
And just, people.
Yes.
There's too many people here. There's people like I can't even go to Target anymore unless it's a Monday morning at 8 a.m.
I love that. Okay. It just validates all my feelings for the last 10 years. I was right from day one. But also it is true. Tori and me did a trip with Jackson when he was like 2 maybe, and I remember distinctly, I've said this story before, I don't know if it's ever gone public, but you posted a picture of him at Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
Like in front of the castle, and like you said something like paradise or dream.
Oh yeah, my happy place
and
probably.
All these people are like behind him and all these things. That same summer we went out to Hell's Canyon area. And I posted a picture of him looking out over Hell's Canyon.
Yes.
No one in the picture. Yes. No one for miles around. Okay. And I said something along, like kind of the same thing.
My
like,
happy place.
My happy place. And no, that's the difference. Okay. Like
that's so funny because I feel like that is, I crave that more now. I used to be like, didn't care, go to all the amusement parks, do the beach on a Saturday. I didn't care. I was,
yeah.
The crowds didn't bother me. And now I'm more like, what state park can we go to? And where is there, Spelei? And there's no people there, right? We can only go on a Thursday. We can't go on a Saturday because that'd be way too crazy.
Yeah. I feel like when you have kids though too, like not to like, it's all great, but like kids bring such variables and things that maybe are out of your control, feelings that are out of your control. And so then to go to like places like Disneyland where there's so many variables, things out of your control, dealing with other people's emotions, feelings, you already do enough of that now as a parent, you know, right? So
well, I mean, to be completely honest, I disagree.
Really? Okay.
For me, it's you.
What's wrong with me?
Oh, I love you. You're the best.
I'm
However, when we get into situations that are stressful, crowded, lots of people, you turn off and it's not fun. Like, it's not like you do your best, but it's not your thing. And so you automatically just like, let's just do this. Everyone do that. Like, you get very like you don't relax.
I'm A to B. I'm A to B.
Yeah. And then that's not fun for me because I'm like, oh, is he enjoying himself? And oh gosh, this is my fault that we're all here, and Zach's gonna like resent me for this.
I will never do that.
You will never do that. But in my, girl thought process, that's
and in
what
my
happens.
defense, I'm probably 95% of guys on this. If there are any dads listening, you have your kids, young children in a very crowded place. Yes, we probably aren't sitting back sipping our iced coffees, enjoying the moment. Okay, like
where I can be.
Where do we need to be? Where do we need to get our family? Who's surrounding us? What's around us? Yeah, okay, like 100%. So everything you just described probably is every other dad on this thread. Okay?
I know.
So,
but I still, and like even with Disneyland, because I love Disneyland. That's not a secret. People know that about me. But even that, it's so stressful. I don't like, there's not a time that you can plan to go to Disneyland that there's not a lot of people. And I used to go in the dead of summer. I used to go like twice a year. I'd go once in May with our family friends, and then our family would go in the summer. I wouldn't touch Disneyland with a 10-foot pole on either of the days that we used to go.
Even by yourself?
I mean, if I was with my girlfriends, that's different.
So that's what I'm saying.
You're right.
Once you bring kids in, so
but at the same time, those moments, it's like I would go. You're right. Like, it is a kid thing. Yeah. But we went with kids. We went in May with like young kids over Memorial Day weekend every year.
You weren't the adult in the situation.
But it was never that crowded. Yeah. It was never that crazy.
Yeah, that
and I've gotten to this point where it used to be you could plan to go in January, February, and there was no one there, and you just can't do that anymore.
Haven't they changed the system? They've changed the system so many times too.
Well, I think it's just gotten so popular.
Yeah. Or fast passes or no fast passes, genies, this and that.
Bring back the fast passes that you had to run from one side of the park. Like, get rid of these apps. And like old school, you had to run from one side of the park to the other to get the fast pass. It was the best. Like,
that's how it was back in the day.
That's how they had these machines that you went and took your ticket, and like, bring back those days.
Now it's too convenient.
And now it's too competitive. Like,
people
are there immediately,
it defeats the purpose of thinning out the crowds or like allowing someone a different avenue than your traditional line,
and bring back the moments where you could get as many as you wanted. Like, you could just go from machine to machine and just get your fast passes. But now it's like you get one per hour and a half.
Man, controversy. Can we talk about their policy about how they took away like the ADA lines or whatever?
No.
But hold on.
Oh, I know.
Here's my one thing. Quick. Go. We're gonna make this quick. We're not gonna get sidetracked. They took that away, and everyone's up in arms about it. For me, okay, that's what happens when you overextend and get too cocky. It's the same thing. I'm going to go back to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Okay. When you make a stink about every little thing, they just ignore it then and they take it away. You know what I'm saying? My dad actually has a great policy on flying. He's the first on the plane. They allow people with wheelchairs and need help on the plane. He is the last one to get off the plane.
Right.
The reason for you needing to get on the plane first
is the reason
that you should be sitting down and waiting for everyone else to get off.
Preach
you get my point though?
Yep.
So when you like abuse a system like that so much, and so as society, they definitely need to give access to people in wheelchairs,
100%,
like that need to skip the line or whatever like that. But with all those other people that want to abuse it and make stuff up and just all that, those are the people you should be going after. Not
and
Disney.
That's what's so unfortunate about the world that we live in. Just like, it is true. Like, it's the same thing that like, you can't touch dwarfism. You can't say certain things. Somebody comes and says that they have a disability, then like, you have to. Yeah,
you can't ask them, which is like, I get that. Maybe you like, I'm not saying we should be able to like hey, what is
Yeah,
your
what do you
disability?
have?
But
Yeah.
it is like it's a moral issue.
Yeah.
Be honest, and these things as a society.
But and I feel like in Disneyland's case, it's this idea that it's gotten so popular and it's gotten almost intangible for people, because if you don't have planning abilities, if you don't have patience, you're spending a lot of money to come to this place where you might not even get to do your favorite things because there's so many people. And so then it forces people to cheat and to take the this dishonest route.
It hurts the disability
but then
community.
it hurts the community that actually needs those accommodations.
Totally.
And so as much as I don't have any room to say anything on this, but I do think a screening process probably is a little bit necessary at a place like Disneyland.
Sometimes, I'm not saying this is the controversy. It's also like, if you have a disability, you're usually probably not afraid to say it.
Yeah.
I get it. There's situations, don't come at me. But like, so the people that are like, oh, I don't want to tell you. Okay, hold on here. Is this you? You're conning the system then.
Well, and there's certain things for lines that people were saying, and I'm probably going to get crap for this, but like there's certain things that people were coming at, like, I can't stand in line for this reason. And I'm
going
like,
to
why
say,
the heck are you at Disneyland then? Like,
I
that's
say this
only
as
lines.
a person with disability, I could go get a pass. I qualify. That makes me upset. So if people will come at me,
which also we have never gotten a pass.
But your attitude, that attitude of those people, yes, I'm going to say stop that, because you're actually hurting the people
that
like me,
need it.
or people that need it, so that's where I'm saying, like, get that out of here.
And there's certain things that, like, you just don't go to Disneyland for. Like, again, if you hated crowds, don't go to Disneyland. Like, it's not your.
All right, let's get out of that though. We're gonna be more positive.
But I do kind of want to do an episode on Disneyland and you don't even have to be a part of it if you want to. I'll do it on my own. I can help
facilitate the conversation.
But I do kind of like, if you guys want to have an episode on Disneyland, send us some, like, we'll do like a questionnaire.
Don't even ask them. Just do it.
Well, I can't just like shoot in the dark. I gotta have like a direction of some sort.
Or you said,
because I'm a wealth of information.
You just said if you want to have one, but like, no, let's have one.
We should have one. We're gonna have one. I'm saying it right now. I'm gonna do a question and answer on Disneyland.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I'm the one that kind of got you. Like, hey,
I know. Hey, thanks.
Talk about all the different passes that they've gone throughout the years.
So it's funny though, because like bringing it back, I used to love going to Disneyland during the summer, but now probably wouldn't touch it. Like, would not travel, go to Disneyland during summer. Going in September, but it's close to summer.
All right, so we like to do stuff more at home.
Yeah,
fishing, lake stuff.
Yes,
I have friends over, but we haven't really done that this particular
this has been
summer.
hard this year for some reason, getting friends.
I think surgeries. I think traveling.
But I think our friends are busy our friends' kids are getting older, and so I feel like travel is becoming easier for our friends, and a lot of our friends are teachers or work in the school district, and so the only time they have to travel is during the summer.
They use their summer,
and so they use their summer for travel, where we're kind of like, oh, we're going to use our summer for like just staying home. And so I feel like that's been a huge difference this year, is a lot of our friends are traveling. But then we had surgeries, but that's another thing we do in the summertime is surgery. When we have something like that, it's easiest to do it not during the school year. And
I did like it when we did Jackson's. Didn't we do his
Christmas
leg?
Break.
But that was before school, right?
No,
when he had his first leg surgery.
Yeah, he was in school.
God, but it was like preschool. I'm saying
it was
like
preschool.
Yeah. Now, like as they get older, surgery in the summer because you can't miss school.
You're gonna miss school.
But it's also like, I don't know. Sometimes like let's miss some school.
I'm fully in that boat. I'm okay with missing school.
Summer's awesome. Like
But
so why did we do this? I guess it's Lila and Josiah. Just get it.
But
done.
like I think Lila's gonna need surgery this year. I think
leg surgery.
Yeah, I think he's gonna say it this year. I just have a feeling, and so I see us doing her surgery over Christmas break. But we'll see.
Man, that stinks.
I don't really want to put that in the universe, but I think it's in the universe already. Anyway,
that stinks.
What other things do we like doing during the summer?
I like. Well, I'm with you. I like hanging out at the house. I like doing projects.
Yeah.
I'm a homebody. I like staying close, and you can have a ton of fun.
Yeah.
In fact, when you spend less money, I have more fun. The expectations are less. When I spend a lot of money, expectations are high.
Right.
And it's usually expectations for things that are totally out of my control.
Yeah.
So it's spending all that money to go to Disneyland, and then
being let down.
Yeah, things you don't have the great spot to watch the parade. That's out of your control. This and that. So I like things at home.
Yeah.
That's my hiking and being outside.
I have another one.
What's another?
A really good one. Our babysitters are free during the summer.
Oh yeah.
So we get more date nights during the summer.
Yeah. That's a great one.
That's a great one.
Yeah, that's an
I
amazing
live
one.
for date night with Zachary.
Yeah, babysitters are available all hours.
And one of our babysitters is getting her license this year. So can't wait.
Take my money.
Take my money. I will help you get a car. Yeah.
Road trips. We like road trips too.
Road trips are so fun.
Yeah. Again,
I really
this
wanted to do a
particular
road trip.
summer.
This summer, I was pretty adamant. I want to go back to Boise. I want to go do like Montana, Banff. I was pretty adamant that that's what I wanted to do this summer. But gosh, all this traveling at the beginning just killed me. And now I'm like, maybe next year.
I would love to do a road trip though. A road trip's another cheaper,
so fun.
But you can see a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like, or maybe the same price as a plane ticket, but like on the way there, you see all these different things and a little bit more flexible than flying, you know?
Yeah.
And
but I think Banff is definitely on our, right?
Canada.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Like Lake Louise and all that. Like,
who just talked about North Cascade also up in
that
Seattle?
Molly? Oh, Steven.
Oh, yeah.
They just did Snohomish.
No, they went through Snohomish, but they took whatever highway that is.
Yeah, there's some really beautiful.
North Cascade.
There's like a old, what kind of town was it? Like a ghost town?
Like that. Oh my gosh.
I don't forget what it was called already, but that place was really cool.
So we like road tripping too. Road tripping is a lot of fun. We did
Leavenworth, but that's the thing is we always do our road trips. Even our road trips, we're like, let's do them in May, when no one is out there yet.
Yeah, get out there before. So, all right. Hey, what do you guys like doing? What do you guys like doing during summertime?
Yeah, let us know. Maybe we can get some new ideas from you guys of what to do.
Or if you have spots in the Pacific Northwest. Yes. You know, maybe DM us. Don't publicize it if you want to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
DM us.
What is it called? Like, what do the photographers call it? Oh, well, gosh. Like you don't share with responsibility.
Yeah,
don't
like tag your location or whatever.
But that's what's hard about being a photographer is sometimes I'm like, where is that field? Yeah. Tell me where that field is.
DM us your secret town spots, small
Rainier.
cities.
If any of you have explored Rainier,
the town of Rainier.
No, the mountain.
Got it.
The mountain Rainier. Hit us up because I feel like that could be fun this summer. Yeah. We've been going to all these lakes on St. Helens, but I've been seeing these TikToks on Rainier. Whoa. That looks like...
A lot of it's North Rainier though, right?
I think so. It's like up there. But I'm in for that. I think that would be a road trip. We did the Ho? Is it the Ho? Rainforest?
I don't remember.
I think it's the Ho. I think it's HOH, Rainforest.
Where?
Up in the Olympic National Forest.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what the name is.
I think it's...
Okay.
Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'm pretty sure it's the HOH. Yeah. But just doing stuff like that. Like, I want to go back to... So we did this whole Forks trip, Twilight.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a little cheesy. But it was fun. And, like, that whole area is so beautiful. Like, Port Townsend and La Push and... I don't know.
Yeah. I want to do White Salmon too and drive up that highway.
Oh.
Like go up that highway in between the two mountains, basically. Yeah. And I want to see like just what's up there, you know?
White salmon though, I have bad dreams about white salmon.
Yeah.
I had a soccer tournament there and somebody broke their arm.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
When you said white salmon, I'm like, who goes to white salmon? I'm just but yeah, like, you're right. That's where the bridge is. That's where the bridge that goes up, isn't it?
Well, and I just know there's a highway that goes basically up into the middle of South Washington, but like up into the middle between the mountains. I'm sure there's some small towns up that way that are pretty cool.
Well, and my friend Rudy sends me stuff all the time. There's so many cool camping spots and like little lodges all over that are
we don't camp, but we need to like maybe figure that out. Camping's tough though because campsites I feel like that you have to book in April.
Oh,
you know?
I know.
Like campsites.
I was just talking to my mom yesterday about this and I was telling her I need to put aside my own issues because I think our boys would thrive camping. But my own issue with camping is I stress about the dirt. Is there water nearby? How many rocks are in the, like I stress about like them getting hurt or super dirty, but like I need to step back and do it because our boys would have so much fun.
Yeah. But maybe that's something I take them and go, and even Lila maybe.
I think Lila would too. Lila's just, but I think that our boys would seek out camping. I think Lila would have so much fun once she's there.
My issue, the places I would go camp right now aren't the places you necessarily would camp. The places I would camp are plumbing. 4 hours in the middle of nowhere, not this reservation campsite crap. Like, it would be Yeah,
I'm not about that life.
Jackson would thrive. All of our kids would thrive in one of those types. Like a traditional camping for a week, riding bikes with the other kids and everything. Like, they would back toward the beginning of our conversation. Yeah, they would thrive with like neighborhood kids or just other,
especially Jackson. Yeah, oh my gosh,
he makes friends so
everyone.
Easily. Yeah.
Well, and like we went camping with my uncle like 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
He did a teardrop and we had an RV going everywhere, and gosh, that was just the life.
That was nice. RV is the best. RVing is the best.
But I don't want to own one. I don't want to own one. I just want to like.
But RVing is the best. You can cook. Get a C class. You can still have flexibility, but you can cook while you drive. You can cook in a clean environment. You can sleep in a clean environment.
100%.
But then you can still be outdoors and I'm not saying that that's like necessarily my type. But it's the best with family,
young kids. It is
and
nice.
The young kids and everything, and just there's nothing to it's just great.
Yeah.
Throw them in a shower.
Summer activities. We're all about summer. We love it. Yeah. I also though can't wait for fall. So I'm ready to like cozy back up and have fall. But summers in the Pacific Northwest are definitely something special. And yeah.
You know how we got rain, by the way, like 2 days ago? Yeah. They call it like a false fall.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But anyway, my point was that our wedding anniversary and on our wedding day, we had that 1 day of rain that summer.
Oh yeah.
That day happened 2 days ago on July 28th. But my point is that same type of day happened 9 years ago on July 25th. You get what I'm saying? Like we get this one rainy day in our summers here.
Yeah.
And they fall sometime in the last week of July.
Yeah. It's perfect.
That's all I thought about though, is like, I'm like, this same day happened.
Yeah. It was a little humid though.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. I don't know how you people in the South, I don't know how y'all do that.
Apparently they get used to it.
Apparently. I sweat like a...
I bet you 80% of the people in the South listening to this probably just said that in their heads as you said that.
You get used to
They're
it.
like, we get used to it.
I don't know. I could never. I sweat like here. And then when I get there, I'm just a hot mess. I
couldn't imagine having to be productive in that weather.
No.
You know? So.
Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us and talking all things summer. And again, if you guys have any fun things that you like to do for summer, send them our way. We want to hear about them.
Also, questions about Disney. If you want
Disney, we're going to do it. Should that be our next one?
Let's do it.
Disneyland. Guys, that's my favorite topic. I love Disneyland. All right. Anyway, thank you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe everywhere you listen to podcasts. YouTube, follow us on Instagram, all the things. Thanks for being here. Do your best. Forget the rest.